All right, everyone. So Drew McIntyre sent a stern message to John Cena. Here's what he said. It's not wood either. I think it should 100%. When CM Punk first came back, people's instant reaction where I'd like to see this or that and my name wasn't mentioned, I was like, "Hey, there are plenty of stories here with my personal feelings and the environment we live in, and if I get the chance, I'm going to make this friggin' count." With John, I've got 10 times the stories. There are very few people who are around him, especially those growing up around him, left. Cody and I are the only two who are under 40 from that previous generation that grew up around John and have a lot of things to say. A lot of them are chummy chummy. I may have some more interesting things to say. I do have some more interesting things to say. And when not if I get the opportunity on the microphone, much like Punk, he continued. I know how good John is. I want to be able to get that chance to go back and forth and say our piece and make people think, just like Punk and I, oh my God, there's something really special here. I'm not letting him retire and disappear into the night without getting that match because we have never, ever had a one on one match. We're going to have that one on one match, and I'm going to be the one who sends him packing, not some new guy. So, look, this was awesome, and this is setting up, I think, for a feud between these two. And he makes a pretty good point, which is when you think about CM Punk's return, the idea of Drew McIntyre being kind of the main guy he goes after to begin, that wasn't necessarily, and I know it wasn't right off the bat, but the point is that that wasn't necessarily everybody's like, that's the match we want to see until it happened. And that feud was awesome. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk in that Hell in the Cell match, which was their last one, that was like an old fashioned Hell in the Cell match. That was a Hell in the Cell match that we remember from back in the day, one that was just gruesome. And you really felt the hatred, you felt the storyline, and they had to deal with a bunch of crap within that storyline too. Injuries, pushing everything back. So it wasn't this easy to tell story. There was a lot of roadblocks that were unforeseen that blocked it, and yet they still did a great job. So imagine what he could do with Cena. I think it can be really a big time, rivalry. And the beauty of it is that WWE, they have so much talent right now. They're going to have to find a way to tell main event level stories without championships. There's only two major championships, right? You only have the two major championships. You're not going to put them in a lower tier here fighting for a different title. There's only two major ones. So you can't have everybody going for those. So you got to be able to tell a Drew McIntyre, John Cena story without having a title involved. Now, could there possibly be a title involved if Cena ends up winning, and making history at WrestleMania? Sure, but I'm saying you're going to have to do something other than the title, most likely, unless they decide to give it to him. But I just reading that, I got so excited because you just think about, holy crap, it's here. It's actually going to happen. They're going to put together an awesome farewell tour, and one of those is going to be Drew McIntyre. Um, and my guess is he wouldn't have said this if he didn't think there was a pretty good chance that that happens. I don't think he would just say this if there's no plans at all for him to ever face John Cena, or maybe he's making the pitch to Triple H and to everybody in WWE that it should happen. But we'll see. So put in the comment section below, what do you think should happen?